I don't give a shit, you know?
No, you don't give a shit.
Hello, I'm Chloe Bussat Dunne, and I come from Paris, and I make clothes out of
Trash.
Oh wow, there's things flying around. So, how did I start it? One day I was walking my dog for his pee-pee and his caca, and I saw a pile of clothes in the street. I used to live in the 15th arrondissement in Paris, and there's a lot of family or old people, and so they throw a lot of things away. What a waste! What a waste! I see this and I'm like, wow, treasure! And I look, and I used to always go out with a little plastic bag, and I used to find plenty of things in the street. And I had a lot of luck because everything that I was finding, I had a lot of luck because I had a lot of space. I had a lot of space, you know. I had a big bedroom, and it was amazing, and so I could have as many clothes as I wanted, and this was such a power for me to just be able to have such a big amount of possibilities to find my way and express the feelings that I had inside with my clothes. And so at first I was very scared to sew because it's a machine, it's a machinery, it's not manual, but it is like at the same time. And so I was like, if I try to do this, I'm probably just going to break it. So I had this sewing machine for a year and a half, I think. And I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos on people showing how to sew. And so I was like, okay, let's try it.
How old?
I think I was 14 or 15. And I tried it. And I broke it. Not straight away, but I broke it. And then now I have broken 5 sewing machines. But I think since 5 years I haven't broken any sewing machine. Now I know how to mend them. They have become my best friends. Like, how I see sewing is more like taking paper, glue, scissors, and making, you know, cutting, folding, gluing, and I don't know. And I do all of this with only fabric that I found in the street, or old curtains, or old bed sheets, or ugly items of clothing that I just like the fabric of it. And yeah, I don't know, I love to transform and to let everything have a kind of possibility to get transformed again.
But how your ideas come? You get the fabric, you see the fabric in the street, for example.
Yeah.
You take it, you wash it. Then when you're in front of it, how it happens? Like, how do you have the vision of what you want to do with it?
It's the fabric, it's how it flows, how it drops, the color, the patterns, I don't know, the shape of the fabric tells me what he needs to become. Like, I never draw what's going to be the thing. I never see how it's going to look at the end. I just do instinctively what it needs to be. I don't know.
It tells you, like the fabric tells you what to do with it.
And And this is one of the things that makes me so impressed by what I do, because I never know what I'm going to do, and then afterwards I'm like, wow! And every time I need to be seduced by what I have made, to me to feel like it's finished. And it's never finished.
Yeah,
I feel always seduced.
something very special with your clothes, with your creation, is that it can always be changed, and I love the fact that you tell people who wear it that they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
And it's like the fabric, your clothes meet the person, and the person meet the cloth, and it's the alchemy of the two things that creates a new way of wearing what you made, right?
Like, I believe now I understand better how I see the fabric, and I see it as water. And water is movement, and movement is emotions, and something that will just float in the air will make you move and feel things and be in this mood that you want to be, if you want to wear this, or if something is dropping and being very stiff will make you feel protected. And I don't know, I really see the fabric as an extension of the feelings that you have, and should not pull down your feelings, but should brighten them up.
And also, there's a strong link between the shape you give to the fabric and the movement. Like when I wear your clothes, for example, it gives me the need to move a certain way, and so it unlocks something in me. Like it gives me the freedom to move, like in a way that I never did before, for example, or that I never did in the street or in front of people. And so, yeah, it gives me the power to express something I never did express. And I want to talk now about the aesthetic, because even if it's like you don't choose the fabric comes to you, right? So the aesthetic, still, there's a coherence between all your creation. And I have a precise view on it, but I want you to tell us your point of view on the concept of beauty and ugliness.
How I see beauty and ugliness? Okay. I don't know. I think that I'm very sensitive, and I'm amazed by things in life all the time. Like, this boat is beautiful, the color, the fact that it's all damaged and that it's dirty and everything, or pieces of wood or pieces of plastic. I don't see pieces of plastic, but I don't know. Now when I see trash, trash is supposed to be kind of ugly, I don't know, like disgusting, but now when I see it, I just try to see the potential. Like here at the beach, you can find so many pieces of plastic, and look it's like a wing. It's like it can become so much, because I don't see it as a piece of plastic, but as a bottle that was used once and that was forgotten, or that got blown away into the sea and got transformed, lived something, and came to here, and it's called pollution. But I think I don't think I think it's pollution, but it's lack of seeing how precious everything is. I think I try to see everything as something precious that you could always find a way to respect it and to give it another life. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm scared to say things and to look like
No, it's very clear.
Like when there's a stain, my mom hates when she gets stained with wine, or I don't know. And I believe that it's the mark of life. It's kind of annoying, but I would like one day to wear stains and to feel like it was a movement, like something happened that made it look like this. Je n'ai pas répondu à la question.
No, yes, you did. And what I would add to it is that what I told you once, what I love is that so you see the beauty of that, you see the preciousness and the beauty of that piece of plastic, and you put it in a way that magnifies it. Like when it's on the floor, you can see it was rejected and forgotten and abandoned, and nobody wanted to keep it. And the fact that you grab it and put it in a way on your clothes, on yourself and on others, like the way you put it makes it beautiful, because you see the beauty in it where nobody ever did since a long time. And
not nobody, but not a lot of people.
No, yeah, not a lot of people. And I'm often surprised, like, for example, can you tell us the story of your necklace? It looked like stones. I love it.
This, I was again on this lovely beach. And so, as I always do on the beach, really like the everything, the wood has shapes and colors and textures that are so interesting, and plastic also, and it's pity to leave it, so I always come with a bag and I take them, all of them, as treasures. And some point I saw plenty of how do you call it? Polystyrene, but that went in the sea, and so they're all polished, and I don't know, I saw them as lovely beads, lovely things, and easy to transform, and so lightweight. They are actually quite fragile, but it's this that makes them beautiful too. They don't even smell, or if they smell, the smell of the beach, so it's kind of cool. And I just took I shouldn't say how I did it, Or should I?
Do?
I just took a lighter, a piece of metal that I bought at the grocery shop. I flamed the thing and then I put it through the polystyrene, and then I took another string of metal and then I fit them through, and then I made a little thing to make them hold. And this took me 10 minutes, and I think it's so simple, so easy, and it makes another life out of this plastic that has lived. And I believe that every object has a vibration, and like a stone that used to be big and roll, it became all small. He has all of this in him, everything, wood, and I believe that plastic kind of doesn't really, but you can see it, and when you see it, you feel it, and I don't know, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And now the question I have is the way you do fashion shows, because you have a specific view also on fashion shows. And first, tell us what you think of the fashion week, fashion shows right now, the state of fashion nowadays. What do you think about it?
I think that there's a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of new fabrics, a lot of things changing, a lot of bad vibes too, because there's this thing of trying to do something that will work for everybody, and but just for a little time, or I don't know, like sometimes there's this thing that just annoys me, and the fact that all the fashion shows now, it's changing, thank God, but all the fashion shows are long, mad, straight people walking straight like robots. Not fun at all. Not fun. Funny in a way because it's so absurd, so strange. So where is life? And so yeah, I don't know. When I did my first fashion show, I asked on Instagram who wanted to be a part of it. And all of my friends and people who never did this before, who were not 2 meters tall and 20 meters waist, they were just beautiful and alive and wanting to do it for free, wanting to do it for themselves and for me, for the people that were coming. And I asked them to walk like if they were in their dreams. Some of them, but now I'm really trying to see that there's this thing where you think you have to go through this little gate. Actually,
it's in your head.
Its possibilities are endless, and I wish one day to do a fashion show in water. But I'm sure there's people who are doing things like this, but not enough, and they're not nourishing something always good and real.
And
It's like people pretending because they have the super glasses, and it's not people being. Oh là là, mais j'ai l'impression d'être super rabat-joie ou je sais pas quoi.
Pas du tout. And what do you want to convey to the audience? What do you want to do to the audience when you are showing your creations? What's your aim in? Because you did many different fashion shows, and each fashion show was a different world, a different. You did something very different each time, different places, different people, small, with few people, and then with 50 people, and in big space, in nature, in a church even. And so it's very eclectic, but there's still like a coherence, like I said. And so what is your main objective?
First of all, for people to see that a curtain can be more than a curtain, that fabric is really hard to make, really hard. You need a lot of water, people, and that we already have a lot, and we don't need more. We don't need more. And I also try to encourage people to do their own. Sometimes I show them, you see, it's a piece of fabric, you cut here, you tie it around your waist, it's a skirt. You have a big rectangle, you cut here, you put it around your head, you have a kind of jumper open, you can add a belt. Or it can be longer, it can become a dress for the beach. And also, something that I try to encourage is for people to find not their own style, but to believe in themselves and into what they like, and to find their own colors, fabric, movement, to feel free of just being whoever you are. Like, I don't know, when I'm wearing my clothes, sometimes I could scream and run and just don't care and be completely crazy. I don't fucking care. I already look crazy. It just makes me feel alive. And I feel like sometimes some people, they wear always the same things, and maybe they feel really alive. But I notice that when people try on my clothes, they change. I don't know what happened, but they see themselves differently. They like it. They really like it, but they're afraid of it too. They're like, but I could never wear this, but they walk in it and they look fabulous, and people say that it looks better on them than on me. I agree, because they feel it.